the gap, standing for Jesus. Standing in the gap for family and friends. Standing in the gap, one love for all, so we all can make it in.
News where we pull current events out and present it to you with good news. And Marble is in charge of that, and she's got a treat for you today, I believe, Marble. She's going to come back over to meet you.
I'm back. This is my low-tech way of doing all the camera work. So I had in my plan today to give y'all some great news in the Gap News all about Juneteenth. So, we celebrated Juneteenth on Monday, and it's a wonderful holiday. But something happened to us last night at the Reds game. I don't know if you've heard about it yet, but the Reds tied their winning streak. It's only been 3 times since 1939 that they had 12 games in a row that they won. And then this young guy, Elly de la Cruz, did what they call a cycle. So I'm going to put the links to the Juneteenth information in the chat box, and then I'm going to let y'all see this excitement for the Reds.
Marvin does a good job with this.
That is blitz to right center field. Off the top of the wall. De la Cruz storms up to second base. He nearly had a home run by inches. That was 117 off the bat.
Number 1 prospect for the Atlanta Braves meets the number 1 prospect for the Cincinnati Reds. 1-0 Reds. And John, Elly de la Cruz was thinking 3 bags right here. Once he turns it on, man, that kid is some kind of fun to watch. Pitch.
First pitch in the air to right. Acuna back at the wall. Gone! De la Cruz does it again. Home run number 3 on the year, his second of the homestand. And his 2-run shot has the Reds back within 1. This man is electric.
So post-game interview the other day, Jim Day talked about the home run that De La Cruz hit to left field. And De La Cruz, speaking for the most part in Spanish, said in English, I'm not worried about my power. All I got to do is hit the ball. I'm not worried about my power. There you have it right there.
1-2. Broke his bat. That's in the center. Base hit. Windmill on McLean. Harris in center. Lob to second. McLean slides home safely. India over to third. De La Cruz. He is a triple shy. 3 for 3. And the Reds within 1.
Breaking ball up in the zone this time. And that bat dies a hero, John. And this Reds team is going to have a lot of scoring opportunities.
De La Cruz, right center. Down base hit. Could he go 3? India around third. India scores. It's a cycle. This rookie in 2 weeks in the big leagues posts the first cycle for a Red since 1989. Elly Mania.
Well, this ball change up from Heller This was the perfect pitch and the perfect location for Elly De La Cruz. And let's just get the camera on him and watch him run. The man can absolutely fly. And he knew very well that he needed that triple for the cycle. And as soon as that ball was hit in the gap, he put his head down and he was going to get there.
Elly De La Cruz, when you hear this stadium chanting your name, what does it mean to you?
Oye, es un gran orgullo, en verdad, pertenecer a este equipo con esta vibra que tiene positiva. Y me siento bien agradecido de que me den la oportunidad de estar en el equipo. Y muy feliz, muy contento, en verdad.
I mean, it's just an honor and privilege to be with this team and this organization, and just to hear you guys out there scream for us. And I mean, it's just awesome. I'm so glad that I'm up in the major leagues right now.
La mejor fanaticada la tenemos aquí.
Best fans in the world we have right here.
This town is Reds crazy. It's Elly De La Cruz crazy. You provided them something tonight that they've been waiting for since 1989 with someone coming up with a cycle. What was this night like for you?
Han visto una cosa que no han visto desde 1989. ¿Qué es esto para ti?
Oh, esto es en verdad algo grande. Un gran logro, en verdad, y muy feliz de contribuir al equipo, a ayudarlo a ganar. Muy contento, en verdad, de estar aquí.
I mean, I'm just so excited with everything that happened tonight, and really I'm just here to contribute to the team and help them win. There's nothing much more than that.
We have to give some respect to Eric Davis, last guy to do this. You're wearing the number he wore. I know that he's been somewhat of an influence on you. How much does wearing that number mean and you accomplishing what he accomplished in 1989 mean?
Un gran honor portar ese número de esa gran leyenda, Elly Davis. En verdad fue un gran jugador, yo lo admiro mucho. Yo hablo mucho con él y le agradezco que me haya dejado usar este número.
I mean, it's just an honor and a privilege to wear that number as well. He's just a legend in this city, and I talk to him often, and I'm just glad that he's given me the honor to wear that 44.
Congratulations on an unforgettable night.
Thank you. The best fans.
Elly De La Cruz.
And you know they sold out the stadium too. Right. So it was just so exciting. And this young man, oh my goodness, he is a superstar. But I know you got something to say about it.
I'm just saying, 44.
44. Yeah, that's what he does.
you know, one thing about this, the news and all that, we get all down and depressed about the news and all that, and we report on it a lot. But it's so good to have something that is off of that and show that life is good. Life can be good. Life can be fun. Yeah. And that's part of what the Gap talks about. I mean, like when you walk into heaven and God says, "Welcome, my good and faithful servant. Step into the joy of the Lord." Life is supposed to be about joy. So every now and then, we're just going to bring to you things that hopefully put a smile on your face and make you feel good. One thing I'll say about the Reds too is that I've been a Reds fan since they were in the World Series in '61. So that just gives you an idea how old I am, I guess. But over the past few years, they became so. I mean, I would go down there. I mean, they had great players like Joe Morgan and like Tony Perez and Eric Davis and all them, but you would hardly see any black players on the Reds team. And then you see other teams come in and they would have black players, whether they're black or whether they're Hispanic or from the Caribbean or whatever.
They're black.
I understand, but a lot of people want to make a distinction between Americans and that. To me, they're all black. I just want to see a diversity. And for a while with the Reds, I even started calling them the Cincinnati Whites. And it wasn't as fun anymore. But boy, since this guy came up, and it's only been,
2 weeks.
Yeah, he's come up. He's electrified and all that. And it's just so good to see a African descendant person making such an impact. So anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. And now, Marble, can you just tell them why you chose that one? Why you chose that Gap News?
Instead of doing Juneteenth like I was going to.
I mean, just your inspiration for doing it. Was it what I was talking about? Like,
Well,
let's have
so
some good news.
it was good news. It was so much excitement. I think that Cincinnati is going to have a summer to remember with these Reds. They're gonna win 13 games in a row today, I believe. So they're just on fire. And watching those guys play, they were having themselves a ball. And I said to you, remember I said to you, I think the Reds found out they like to win. They like to win. They look good winning too. I'm so excited for the Reds and especially for Elly De La Cruz. But the Reds are not that diverse of a team. But everybody in that stadium was yelling out, Elly, Elly, Elly.
All right. Okay. Well, I hope that kind of lifted you a little bit. And but let's get back to what we're here for.